Okay, I've got a garbage truck right over my room here, and I'm already straightforward out from the shower here. As you can see, it's doing a lot of hard work here, and I'm actually making sure why am I straightforward being secret squirrel here, because I don't want to expose myself to the neighbours. But this is what we've got, a garbage truck. Act together for a cleaner Birmingham. And this time I'm going to straightforward have it, sorry, I can't really talk today, but yes, I'm going to make this video a little bit different because I want the audio to be a bit muffled up differently, and it's going to be a bit of a different video. Normally I tend to say, good day YouTubers, and thank you for tuning into today's video on YouTube, but this video is actually going to be, well, let's just say a slightly tad different, because I only want to talk about how my YouTube channel is doing at the moment here, and what ways can I really improve, but also might also have a bit of a chat about those stupid Otis Beer streams that have been happening over time. I know it's going to be happening tonight, and there's also another one coming up next week, so I don't know how I'm going to straightforward cope with the fact, and I might tell you the story on how, you know, those streams, well, let's just say, those streams have been straightforward, being used as a target of attack, because, oh, I can't even film the garbage trucks that well, actually, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. But it's not going to be that sort of video. I'm actually going to be straightforward vlogging at this part of the video. Well, in this case, hey, I might as well just get myself properly changed because, you know, I'm still quite naked. But then, hey, how would I even not know if I'm just being this so stupid and a bit truthfully honest? Well, let's just say keep it simple stupid, just like the rock band Kiss. And boy, do I really miss Ace Frehley, because I might also have a bit of a chit chat about that, because Ace Frehley has straightforward passed away. It was actually on the 17th of October, which was of course last week on a Friday, and I might actually have a bit of a chit chat on that. And actually, Leo Convideo has straightforward, how would I say it, done a post on his YouTube account, and it's stating about Ace Frehley. It's really sad to see another rock band member from a different rock band just go away. It's just sad, isn't it? But anyways, we're gonna straightforward. I don't want to get too melancholy at this. Let's start the video. Okay, I finally got the windows. Oops, I've just turned the brightness on. That was not very good of me. There's the garbage truck here. I'm really surprised that because I've been straightforward wet and I got myself changed, you didn't see much of it. And not only that, but you haven't really heard the raw audio footage. Let's just say the raw footage audio that you're meant to straightforward hear. Some cooking on the background, and the garbage truck is straightforward still doing its block of hard work going on here. Oh my gosh. I can't really talk today because obviously my throat is a little bit sad, but that's very normal when you wake up very early, because, you know, when you wake up early, especially during this time of the year, you seem to have, well, let's just say, less sleep. And then not only that, but then when you start to wake up a little bit later than usual, well then guess what? You seem to straightforward almost totally miss everything out. But if it's winter time, that's alright. The days are getting shorter. And actually that garbage truck is still here. Oh man. Right. I won't film for far too long because, you know, I just don't want to cause something that's a little bit dangerous and that sort of thing. And I can also see one of the neighbours' doors being opened up and stuff. And yeah, do you know what? That makes it as a very good point to straightforward jump cut at this part of the video. And the reason why I made it a very good clear point to jump cut throughout this video is because I don't want to go out of context, unlike that stupid dumb raccoon. You know? Obviously, I've been making videos about this guy, and apparently I'm also working on a thumbnail. Honestly, I just don't know what to really say, but I think I'm a complete nemesis. over at this guy, and I'm sure I'm always going to be that. How would I not even know? Oh dear, I think I've just straightforward spoke too soon. The garbage truck is straightforward. Still there. Sounds like it's got beeping noises. But it doesn't look like it is. Oh! Oh! What is that? We've got... Is that a flock? What kind of birds they are? Are these jackdaws or are these wood pigeons? I think they might be wood pigeons. I'm not quite totally sure, obviously. Does anyone know what these birds are? They're sort of travelling together in a bit of a flock. I don't know if these are jackdaws or wood pigeons. And actually, yes. Well, time for me to go ahead and start vlogging. So, okay, yes, I've actually got 2 OG's Beer Streams videos on YouTube being made here. In fact, what's actually weird is that the Halloween video, the Halloween costume quest video that I did, I believe it's part 1. I just don't know what's going on with part 2. Oops, sorry, I've just searched up something related to Thomas and Friends. Oh, do you remember back on YouTube, you used to straightforward did videos about, you know, making videos about Thomas and Friends, but then nowadays, you know, when you type in on a search, of course, it's not Thomas and Friends. How about it's just these stupid goddamn streams, or even how to make muffins? I don't even understand. And it also, yeah, to be honest, I think I just heard something from, like, you know, a certain guy in Australia talking about, if you remember last month, which was really, really dire, it was really, really saddening. In fact, the saddest part about YouTube well, let's just say, I think so far of today is that I think from what I can work out that the YouTube of today seems to totally have lost it. So yes, this is Otis B Streams, also known as Malamara 720. So this is basically the second channel of Otis B Streams, although I wouldn't probably say otherwise. I haven't straightforward gotten to Brock the Investigator Part 3. I haven't uploaded that stream here. I feel like, who knows, I have actually uploaded the Latvia trip somehow. Who knows, I could just straightforward re-edit this thumbnail and just put something a lot more devious. In that case, hey, guess what? Something a lot much more obvious would be something that I could really, I wouldn't say attack this YouTuber, but in a certain case or in a certain way, hey, just to mock this guy, just to get him out of the site. More specifically, Twitch, you know, obviously. And yes, I'm straightforward still working on a thumbnail, that and the Latvia trip. In fact, on that video, which hasn't been renamed, the one I made, there's no warning, okay, so there's actually no warning at all, so, I mean, yeah, there's no warning being implemented on that video here, so I wonder what's going on there. That sort of explains to me. Maybe that's the sort of video I forgot to actually mention, that there's a lot of, like, swear words, a lot of profanities, a lot of possibly a bit of sexual suggestive content because of a few certain words that might upset the YouTube community guidelines. And also something, you know, a bit weird is that, you know, if you would have used like something that is very family friendly, or should I just say not very family friendly, by the use of family entertainment characters, well then that's just gonna straightforward tick the site off. That's gonna, you know, make it blow up into an absolute volcano. You know, YouTube is a really, really, really straightforward, boring but very dangerous site these days. And I think that's fair. But, well, not fair actually. I think it's fair, but it's not. Oh, but when it's actually not fair, to be honest, I suppose say it's fair, but it's not actually fair. And I'm sort of thinking, well, I'm not actually the sort of person who would actually straightforward come along and mock this. Well, I wouldn't say the word douchebag, because obviously, you know, I've changed so much. And obviously, yes, it's only just a voice acting. All you're going to hear from me is basically voice acting. There was no written scripts right here, but it was just me doing a pretendish rant video about that, okay? Because obviously, the fact I did a video about Otis B Streams, streaming on Twitch, and the fact I got really upset about it, it's probably going to cause the system to go very much awry, somehow if you ask me. But I won't play those. I want to talk about a new vlog section I want to talk about, and that is Ace Frehley. Obviously the Spaceman. I don't know about you, but he was alongside with another person. In fact, quite a few people from the rock band Kiss. If you do remember the rock band Kiss, and if you know what I'm saying here, well done. Because, well, there's actually quite a few people. Steve from Boston, or Pixie Licks, he's done a vlog talking about Ace Frehley. He made a eulogy video about it because Ace Frehley was one of the more hyper successful, well, let's just say one of the most successful rock band lead guitarists. In this case, like one of the most famous rock band, let's just say, or forward slash heavy metal members, as I like to call it, because the death of Ace Frehley came into no surprise. It came into a complete shock, and I didn't even realize of what was going on because I did play one of his few songs, one of them, of course, which I can't remember the name of, but Kiss was one of the most impressive rock bands I've straightforward encountered. I've never collected Kiss stuff, but I actually have heard of the brand. Of course, I mean, yes, why wouldn't I? So, I mean, I have, ever since when I was like 10, 11 years old. It was derived from an Australian YouTuber called Leo Convideo. The Thought of Loving Kiss. Leo Convideo has actually done a post relating to Ace Frehley. And everyone has a hero. In fact, you know, let me just show you something that he did back in 1980. Oh my goodness me! Is that Ace Frehley? No, wait, that's Leo dressed up as. Oh my god! That's basically Leo Convideo dressed up as Ace Frehley. How cool is that, eh? Via the Kiss Unmasked concert in 1980 in Sydney. That is just amazing somehow. And yes, I can agree on that point here. It really hurts bad when your hero dies. Yeah, I can really feel it though. He was one of the most... Okay. It really is. Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, I can actually highly agree on that comment here. It says, depressing how amazing people are no longer with us, but awful people still are. Yeah, honestly, it's just so sad, to be honest, somehow. I don't know what to really say about how everyone in this world has straightforward changed. Well, yes, indeed. I have to say, that is, of course, really, really sad to hear about. Otis Beer. Well, no, Ace Frehley, actually. I hate Otis Beer, actually, but I really miss Ace Frehley. That's not actually Ace Frehley. I'm actually on about this guy here, Ace Frehley, lead guitarist. And he was one of the few people, along with Ozzy Osbourne, to basically, yes, we all know Ozzy Osbourne, of course, and oh my goodness me, wow. What is this? Oh, I heard of this guy. Is that Gene Simmons? That's very much, of course. Wow. Yes, I actually have heard of Gene Simmons before. Wow, I can't believe this. Is he still here? Yes, very much so. Therefore, he's still alive. Gene Simmons, rock and roll, very amazing person. And another person I would say, oh yes, Paul Stanley. I have to say, Ace Frehley, when he passed away, yeah, that sort of says to me about the band. And then we've also got Peter Criss. He's one of the rock band members as well. Oh man, and let me just take a look at Ace Frehley again, because that is the guy I'm actually on about. So he is, of course, the real Spaceman, and that was his makeup, like that. Yep, that's very much the makeup that Leo Convideo wore in his childhood. And You know, he's actually one of the greater, along with Ozzy Osbourne, you know, that and Ace Frehley, um, that that says to me about how much he has done as a person. And the death of Ace Frehley came as a bit of a no-brainer in a sense, and it was during this case when he actually fell down. It was actually during an accident from a fall in his home studio, I think it was, which was around September the 25th, 2025. And that's really sad to. I mean that's. Oh man, I mean that's really sad to hear about this. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I just don't know what was going on with him, because he must have been straightforward doing some very obviously awesome plans. And it's so sad when Ace Frehley had to leave the world very early, because, yes, I mean, I can't stay like this for that long, but I just give myself a complete relax about this guy. I'll give you a jump cut just to showcase this guy through pictures on Wikipedia and other bits and whatnot, to show you of how awesome Ace Frehley was as a genuine person. I'm sorry to hear about this, but I have to straightforward make this part of the video, because the death of Ace Frehley was an unexpected wake-up call behind me, because, well, to be quite obviously honest, it's really sad when your hero is, or when your favorite famous person is straightforward gone, and that is very much the part. And this is what I heard from Lyric in Video. And if I go towards right through my social media posts on YouTube, I have actually looked at Ace Frehley on what Lyric in Video said to me, but I've also been looking around at Ace Frehley, because I've made a comment, but I've also noticed that Lyric in Video has made a comment, and he has done a great. Yeah, it's just so sad to hear about Ace Frehley leaving this world very early, because, you know, him and Ozzy Osbourne made a great. He made some great. Well, let's just say, I don't know what to really say, but okay, yeah, it just gets even more edgier. But he was on a ventilator after he had a nasty fall and a head injury, and basically, yeah, you know, that's, you know, he did some really great albums like The Elder, obviously, because he was part of Kiss. Obviously, his career really expanded. And most importantly, whenever I think of Ace Frehley and the rest of other rock band members like Gene Simmons, Peter Criss, and Paul Stanley, you know, it's kind of like Black Sabbath, because along with Ozzy Osbourne and all the other rock band members of Black Sabbath, when I look at Kiss, that's one very impressive way to just commemorate him, because I think just given on the facts by, you know, on the way Kiss composes their music, and when they're straightforward, you know, they straightforward compose them into, and they just, how do you call them? They just sort of organize them into like albums, and them albums, they're just rarely ever heard. And you know, that's the sad part about it. They're the sort of albums that are just straightforward played live, and they're just often played live and not even heard that much on albums, which is quite sad, isn't it? But very much so. His legacy on doing music and stuff will never be forgotten, because that is what the epitome of what Kiss has been doing. Their legendary rock band career, along with Black Sabbath, you know, that was the most amazing part about these guys, that, you know, they were heroes. And I mean, you know, it's very healthy to have heroes, and it's very unhealthy when they're gone, or even none in that case. And there's actually one more thing. I've actually got something coming right at the moment here. I've actually got a Halloween 2025 toy review, but I've also got some more items from the charity shop that I might try to talk about in a separate video, because, you know, I often tend to keep my toy reviews very well isolated. I used to straightforward split between the charity shop items versus the toys I make, which are the origami toys and other toys like cars and that sort of stuff. I don't know, but this is what I'm going up towards. I'm straightforward, like, ready to think about composing a YouTube video at the moment here, because, you know, when I'm doing toy reviews, that's what I'm up to, guys. And I'm straightforward fairly hungry at this point here. So yes, I've been straightforward doing toy reviews, and yes, I will still be doing toy reviews, even though I'm straightforward, like, well, let's just say, reducing that amount of content, because obviously toy reviews have become a little bit, let's just say a little bit redundant these days for me now, because, well, I've basically decided to move on, obviously. I mean, to just move on to into a wide range of different stuff. You know, the knockoff toys that I've just smashed up, and other bits and whatnot. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Anyways, I'm just going to straightforward leave this video here. I don't want to straightforward spend too much time vlogging and filming here, because it's going to cost a lot of memory. Please give this video a very good like if you really enjoyed it. Subscribe for more for that videos in the future, and as always, thanks so much for watching. Sorry for my rough idea that I've just made, and bye for now.